quiet space where breath meets awareness, there is a law older than thought and deeper than time. It is the law of cause and effect, where every action is a seed, and every seed carries a future yet unseen. To walk this path is to understand that life is not ruled by random fortune, but by the subtle weaving of intention, habit, and consciousness. From karma to cosmos, the journey begins within the heart. What we call luck is not a sudden gift, falling from the sky, but the natural flowering of energies we have long cultivated. When anger is planted, disturbance follows. When kindness is planted, harmony rises. When confusion is nourished, suffering expands. When awareness is cultivated, clarity becomes the companion of every step. The cosmos is not distant. It is not separate from the mind that observes it. It responds like a mirror, reflecting the inner state of beings who walk upon it. To unleash the way toward good fortune is to first understand that the universe does not reward desire alone, but alignment. When thought, speech, and action move in harmony with wisdom, life begins to flow without resistance, like a river finding its natural course toward the ocean. Many search outward for signs of blessing. Yet the true sign is inward stability. A mind that is restless creates confusion even in abundance. A mind that is steady finds clarity even in simplicity. In this way, fortune is not something chased, but something revealed when distortion is removed. Karma shapes reality. Every thought, word, and action is a seed that creates future experiences. The understanding of karma is not merely a moral idea, but a living principle that shapes the entire direction of existence. Every moment, the mind is producing causes through intention, and those causes slowly mature into experiences that are later interpreted as good fortune or misfortune. When one begins to observe life deeply, it becomes clear that nothing arises without condition. What appears as sudden luck is often the result of long-forgotten seeds planted through consistent thoughts, emotions, and actions. In this way, life is a continuous unfolding of inner states, expressed outwardly in the world of form and circumstance. When awareness is weak, a person may believe that life is ruled by chance. But with mindful observation, it becomes evident that patterns repeat according to inner tendencies. If anger is frequently nurtured, situations arise that mirror conflict. If compassion is cultivated, supportive and peaceful encounters naturally appear. The cosmos does not judge or reward. It simply responds to the energy that is continuously emitted through consciousness. This response is not immediate in every case, which is why many fail to recognize the connection between cause and effect. Inner mind reflects the cosmos. The universe responds like a mirror, reflecting a person's inner state. Peaceful minds attract harmony, while disturbed minds create confusion. The cosmos is often imagined as something vast and distant, separate from human experience. Yet in truth, it is not apart from consciousness. It is an interwoven field of conditions, responding continuously to the quality of awareness that each being brings into it when the mind is scattered and filled with confusion. The outer world appears equally unstable and uncertain. When the mind is steady and clear, even complex situations begin to reveal order and meaning. This is because perception itself shapes reality, and reality, in turn, reflects perception. Within this understanding, good fortune is not an external force that randomly visits or abandons individuals. It is the natural expression of harmony between inner state and outer circumstance. When actions arise from greed or fear, the world responds with tension and resistance. When actions arise from generosity and clarity, the environment begins to open with support and ease. This is not mystical reward, but the natural functioning of interdependence, where everything influences everything else in subtle ways that are often unseen. Alignment over desire. Good fortune comes not from chasing wishes, but from aligning thoughts, speech, and actions with wisdom and balance. To walk the path of awareness is to enter a gradual training of the mind, where each moment becomes an opportunity to refine intention and understanding. Nothing in life stands outside this practice, for every situation reveals the condition of consciousness. When speech is careless, it creates confusion that returns in the form of misunderstanding. When speech is mindful, it builds bridges of trust that later support and protect. In the same way, every action becomes a silent instruction to the universe about the kind of experiences that are being invited into existence. Many people search for sudden change in their circumstances, hoping that fortune will arrive from outside forces. Yet deeper observation shows that transformation rarely begins outwardly. It begins in subtle shifts within awareness. A single moment of patience in a difficult situation can prevent the creation of negative karma. A single act of kindness can open pathways that were previously closed. These small choices accumulate over time, shaping the direction of life in ways that are not immediately visible, but eventually become undeniable. Awareness transforms karma. By observing intentions before acting, speaking, or thinking, negative patterns can be reduced, and positive outcomes naturally increase. To understand the unfolding of life clearly, one must see that every moment is part of a continuous flow shaped by previous causes and present awareness. Nothing arrives in isolation. Each experience is connected to a vast network of conditions that stretch beyond what the ordinary mind can easily perceive. Yet within this complexity there is a simple truth. The quality of the present mind determines the shape of what is experienced next. When the mind is clouded by attachment or aversion, perception becomes distorted, and life feels heavy and obstructed. When the mind is clear and balanced, even difficult circumstances become workable and meaningful. In this way, what people often call luck is actually the unfolding of aligned condition. It is not something that appears without reason, but the natural result of inner harmony expressed outwardly. When thoughts are disciplined and intentions are purified, actions begin to carry a different kind of energy. This energy influences not only personal experience, but also the environment, attracting situations that resonate with that inner state. The cosmos responds not through judgment, but through correspondence, reflecting back the patterns that are consistently generated within consciousness. Good luck is natural flow. When greed, hatred, and ignorance fade, life becomes lighter and more open, allowing opportunities and harmony to arise effortlessly. When the mind becomes still and attentive, it begins to recognize that every moment carries within it the potential for transformation. Nothing is wasted, and nothing is random. Each experience, whether pleasant or difficult, is part of a continuous unfolding shaped by intention and awareness. In this unfolding, what is often called fortune is revealed not as an external gift, but as the natural result of inner cultivation. The seeds planted in thought, speech, and action eventually grow into visible conditions, forming the landscape of one's life. As this understanding deepens, the idea of seeking luck outside oneself gradually fades. Attention shifts inward toward the quality of consciousness that is being expressed in each moment. When the mind is dominated by desire or fear, perception becomes narrow and reactive, leading to experiences of struggle and imbalance. But when awareness is grounded in clarity and compassion, even uncertain situations begin to settle into coherence. The outer world reflects this inner shift, not through magic, but through the interconnected nature of existence.